Hello Cancer, welcome to my first lunar cycle insight for each sign. I'm going to do a little reading for you to talk about the energies that will be affecting you from the lunar cycle that begins today on the 15th with the Taurus new moon and Uranus's shift into Taurus up until the Gemini new moon, which is going to be occurring on the 13th of June. So wow, today we have this huge shift of Uranus moving into Taurus, a once in every 84-year occurrence that will be, creating seismic shifts through our birth chart as he transitions from one sign to another, one section of our chart to another. So for you personally, Cancer, for the past 7 years, since 2011, Uranus has been in your sector of career and life purpose, the 10th house of your birth chart. He has been calling you into a vocation that aligns with your authentic truth. He's been calling you to step out as a pioneer, as a paradigm shifter of the new age. So well done. You have moved through that energy, Cancer, and now he's going to be moving into your 11th house. So the 11th house is about our long-term goals and visions for the future, not only for ourselves but for all of humanity. It's also connected with friendships, groups, networks and circles, online and in person. It's connected with the internet. It's Aquarius ruled. So as Uranus comes into this space of your birth chart, which is a space that he's very familiar with, he's the planet that would rule over the 11th house according to modern astrology. So he comes in here and he will ignite a new vision for you, Cancer. He will ignite a new passion, a new truth around what you want to offer the world, what your visions and goals are for yourself, and how they interweave with the evolution of the whole. So this can be an electrifying shift, and you might find that the old connections that you have that were holding you back in your old life start to fall away, start to crumble away. The old dreams may no longer seem viable to you anymore, like you won't want to offer your energy to those things. You want to start something completely fresh and exciting and new. This can also create disruption in your friendships and the groups that you're part of. So just be aware that if your friendships do go through a bit of a transition, that a new soul tribe will come to you, will be drawn to you at the exact right time. This is also a time for sharing your truth and your ideas on the internet, through social media. Uranus will be calling you to create a revolution in that area too. So it's a huge and exciting shift for you, Cancer, that will, you will significantly notice a change in yourself and what you wish to offer the world. So throughout this month, really, although it's exact on the 26th of May, we have Jupiter and Pisces in a harmonious trine alignment. Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio, he's been there since late October 2017 for you, and this is your house of creative self-expression. This is the Leo house, the solar house. So Jupiter there has been, encouraging you to really birth your creations into the world, to really dig deep into your psyche and clear away any feelings of, what you have to offer of being not good enough. This is a house that is also very connected with self-love, and of course Scorpio is the sign of the shadows, the sign of the deepest corners of the psyche. So there may have been a lot of clearing going on. It's also the house of the inner child, of children, of romance and sexuality. So you may have been doing some deep inner work around these topics as well. He's going to come into alignment with Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house of spirituality, of teaching and learning, of spiritual wisdom, of travel, of expansion of the mind. So you can receive some beautiful blessings, some beautiful downloads from Spirit that you can then channel into your own healing, channel into your creative endeavors, pursuits. Towards the end of the month, you know, the end of May, beginning of June, Venus is in your sign. She's going to enter there on the 19th of May, and she's going to harmonize with Jupiter and Neptune too. So this is a beautiful time for you to heal any feelings around lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem that you may be holding on to heal any fears about teaching and sharing your spiritual truth with others, and also, you know, healing your own feelings around your creative and sexual expression. So this can be a really beautiful magnetic aspect, and you may even find that, you know, some of you receive more love in your life this month. You know, you receive more romance, more flirtation, more joy, so you could find yourself attracting a partner during this time too, Cancer. So that's a beautiful energy that's going to be, you know, lingering with us from mid-May till mid-June. On the 29th, we're going to have a Sagittarius full moon, and that's going to fall in your 6th house. This is the house of work, of routine, you know, mundane day-to-day tasks, of service, of healing, and of health and well-being. So this full moon can really shine a light on the practical matters in your life that need tending to, and really show you where you need to detoxify, where you need to let go of energetic, physical and emotional clutter in order to move forward. So you may find that things to do with your work life, to do with the services that you're offering that aren't aligning with your authentic truth, you know, now reach culmination, and it's time to let them go and move forward into something that does. It can also highlight health issues and, you know, where you need to take better care of your body too. But it's really a time for seeing the truth of the practical matters in your life. So it can be a little bit confronting, especially after all of that watery energy. But ultimately, it will help you to create space for new things to enter. So we end this lunar cycle on the 13th of June with a new moon in Gemini. So since the 20th of May, the sun is going to be moving through Gemini, which is your 12th house. Mercury's also going to be there from the 29th of May. And now the new moon is going to be settling into this sign in the 12th house of your birth chart. So the month before our solar return, which will be next month for you, Cancer, June, can be a time where we clear the karmic debris of the past 12 months. So even though it's high summer here in the northern hemisphere, there may be a need for you to retreat within, to do your psychic and emotional clearing and cleansing in preparation to move into your solar return. So the new moon in Gemini in that 12th house, you know, really asks you to set intention, soul healing and breaking free of any self-sabotaging patterns. This can also be a time when your intuition, your psychic receptivity and sensitivity is even more heightened, Cancer, and we know that you're one of the most sensitive signs of the zodiac anyway. So be sure to practice good energetic care, self-care, you know, honouring your boundaries, making sure that your energy fields in your space are cleared and cleansed. Sage, sea salt baths, good old black tourmaline crystals can be really helpful if you do feel like you are becoming even more of a psychic sponge than you normally are. So take good care of yourself during this period of clearing before your rebirth, which will occur at the solstice next month. So on May the 29th, on June the 29th, Mars is going to be in his retrograde shadow period. He's not actually fully going to move retrograde until the 29th of June, but he will be in your 8th house for most of this time. And Mars in the 8th house can really take us deep into our psyche. So this is another water house being activated in your chart, another place of deep psychological healing and transformation and release. And Mars in the 8th house in Aquarius in particular will ask you to liberate yourself from any fears around intimacy. You know, perhaps you need to do some releasing around old intimate partners and intimate relationships before you can welcome more love into your life. So just be aware of that. The old pain, old patterns may be surfacing, and use all of your energy techniques that I've just mentioned before to clear them away. This is also a great month for you to be engaging in spiritual pursuits, you know, for meditation, retreat, and deep soul diving on all levels. So I've also picked a card for you, Cancer, an oracle card from the Sacred Rebels, because we're working with Uranian energy, of course, you know, the rebel of the heavens. So the card that I picked for you is really beautiful card, New Birth, Guarded Vigilantly. And this to me speaks of all that we've been talking about, that time of you know, being in the 12th house, being in the 8th house, the hidden houses, you know, doing the work within that will tend to the new seeds that you are planting during this lunar cycle. So it's about you receiving those visions and insights and knowing what you want to implement, but just being very, very gentle with yourself and your dreams, so they can emerge at exactly the right time. It's a really beautiful, tender card and just perfect for you, Cancer. So I hope that you found this insightful and enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching.